So here we are for Foxy Brown, and it's our last
Hey, hey, Foxy.
conversation for the
Well, we're a little
series.
bit of Foxyology tonight.
Yeah. So tell us about Foxy. And Foxy was your aunt, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Foxy Brown was based on my aunt, my mom's sister. And my family's from the Black West. And my grandfather homesteaded at his mom's ranch in Cheyenne, Wyoming. And they always wanted the girls to be self-sufficient, and they taught us how to hunt and fish and shoot. And my aunt was the more politically aggressive. She rode a Harley. She was a fox. She was gorgeous. She wanted to be a architect, but couldn't get into architectural school. So it frustrated her, and she drank, unfortunately. But she was very smart, and she was a part of the women's movement. Her icons, her sheroes were, as mine, Gloria Steinem, Bella Abzug, Rosa Parks, Barbara Jordan, and Shirley Chisholm. Real critical thinkers. And my aunt was in your face, and she was hot-tempered. And she also carried, hot peppers in her purse. Why, I don't know. But the film is based on her, as Coffee was based on my mom. So when I got the 3-picture deal, we wanted to go from Coffee, a more gentle version of the political woman, to Foxy Brown, a little bit more aggressive and feminist, where she could flirt with men and say what a cute behind they had, be equal. Where today, men can go around topless and they don't have to apologize for their nipples. Anne Hathaway had to at the red carpet. So, but my aunt, she basically wanted to have the swagger of a woman who was flirtatious, the equal to men, and she really believed in equality. And she forced that, and she went and met revolutionaries and the radicals, the Black Panthers and Sundiata, quite a few of the groups, and she wanted them to help protect the community from the drug dealers. And so she would confront them. And I think they liked her Harley as well.
So Foxy was number one in your 3-picture deal with AIP, right? Am I getting that right?
No, Coffee was one. Foxy Brown was 2, and Sheba Baby was 3.
And Sheba Baby was 3.
And Friday Foster was 4.
And Friday Foster was 4.
Yeah.
Right,
So it's kind of a gradual. And then Sheba Baby was a detective trying to save her father's firm from the hoods that wanted to, kill her father, and she would take over the position, be the detective. And so we just had a variation of dominating women, of intelligence in the films, which people seem to love, but yet they could be, sexy and pretty and not demure, and they weren't victims, and they were alpha, if you will. Yeah. And we wanted to show alpha women, because that's what I grew up with. And we had to survive being alpha. If the men weren't there, the women had to, take care of the mortgage, get to work, take care of the kids. And so out of that necessity comes genius, invention, Foxy Brown.
Yeah. So you did 4 films, I believe it was, with Jack Hill, right? Just about 4 or 5.
Started with Big Dollhouse, Big
Birdcage,
then Coffee, and then
Foxy Brown.
And then I adored working with Jack Hill because he was so open to the women's perspective.
Yeah.
And hearing how let's go into your community, Pam, and let's talk about the obstacles in your community.
Yeah.
now my mom, Coffee, she was a nurse, and the ambulances didn't come to our neighborhood, so she was always stitching somebody up in the kitchen, or another nurse or doctor. And she was the figure that would go to, if she knew someone was drug dealing or knew someone was a thug and hurting the community, she would go to them and tell them and talk to them. And she didn't carry a gun or anything like that, but she could shoot. She's from Wyoming. And from my grandfather, but she was a real protector of the community, which is very difficult because you're confronted by people who could have really hurt her. But we had a big family, and they knew if they hurt my mom, it's going to be McCoy's in the Hatfields.
Yeah. Well, this is it. And
this is it.
We're going to wrap it up. And you have stuff to do now. So I want everybody to enjoy the film.
Oh, you make me work. I love it.
Yeah. And Pam is going to be back at 7:45 to do some more book signing. And it's a fabulous book. It's a wonderful read. Like I told you, I read it in 2 days.
You.
It's wonderful.
Well, we cover a lot. We cover my navigation of the women's movement.
It covers everything.
Doing my first film by not choice, almost proxy.
And you don't hold back at all in this book.
You can't.
Yeah.
I chose to be an actor and show my truth and honor and respect acting in cinema. I had to do it, or you get out. You guys can do better than if I don't. So I didn't want to waste your time. Without the audience, there is no actor. You don't come here to waste your time. You want to see something, core, humanity, richness. Because sometimes when I see a film, like we were talking about the films with actors who are in their 70s, like Amour and Quartet, the late Quartet, the Marigold Hotel, of actors in their 70s and 80s, and how, thank God, we're finally doing films about people who are in their 70s and 80s. They're called seniors. I'm going to be a senior. I am, next year. And I'm going to use all them discounts. I am. When I put a roof on my ranch house, I'm going for that senior discount. I swear to God I am. But now I'm playing, after all the body of work that I've done, and hopefully more theater and musicals in my 60s and 70s, I'm going to do a film in Canada with Olympia Dukakis called The Blue Rinse Killers. Yes. And yes, we play assassins. And it's brilliantly written. I was so surprised. And then in July, I play in a film. I'll be working there with some young filmmakers, and again, I play an assassin. And I will be playing a woman who's a senior, very senior, because senior people, sometimes they're invisible. We don't herald them anymore. Sometimes they get in the way. They're retired. Maybe they don't have a purpose in our society. Thank God we're making movies about them again. But now I play an assassin, and I say, well, do I have a cane? Do I have a walker? Do I throw my teeth like a boomerang? I'm looking forward to that. I really look forward to my aging. I really do, and I hope all of you as well, herald and embrace your age and the youngsters coming up, and we teach them, give them so much to work with and connect and literally document their history, because they're going to get old too.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy the film.
Enjoy.